This failure has consequences. So let's look at these consequences. Children lose meaningful relationships while waiting months for enforcement hearings that produce no outcome. Parents are drawn into repeated litigation that resolves nothing. Public money is consumed by avoiding hearings, repeated CAFCAS involvement, and prolonged court supervision. None of this advances child welfare. None of it represents value for the taxpayer. That's basically your two big takeaways, if anything, for me personally, from this report. Let's read that again. None of this, if you're interested in children as the main priority, which I am personally, and I'm sure many of you are too, none of this advances child welfare. Okay, so if the courts are saying that, oh, it's the best interest of the children, no, it's not, because none of this advances the child welfare. Okay. Number two, if you're a money person, if you pay your taxes, which most of us probably have done for most of our adult lives, none of it represents value for the taxpayer. Where parents know that court orders are unlikely to be enforced, non-compliance becomes calculated choice rather than a risk. The other parent just doesn't care. Most of the time, they're either so toxic or so twisted in wanting to hurt the other person that they can't help themselves but to break them anyway. Or two, they're just being advised by, again, sick solicitors and lawyers who are just trying to manipulate the system and use the system to their advantage. It only loses credibility because it depends how you look at this, right? Because if you're the party that they're siding with, in my opinion, they tend to side with the abuser, because the abuser is the high conflict one, and the high conflict one is going to generate more business for the family courts. So it's better to keep that person in power because they're always going to be creating issues, problems, and conflict. They side with that person rather than siding with the person that will be looking for resolution, quick resolution, trying to do things fairly and quickly and effectively in the best interest of the children in reality. But they don't want that. They want conflict to continue, to prolong the cases, right? But if it's the harmful parent, the aggressive parent, the toxic parent, the high conflict parent that is breaking these court orders, they completely get away with it every time. Yet if it's the safe parent, the parent who's trying to, the parent who's usually on the receiving end of this, even if there's an allegation that they've broken it, you're in trouble straight away. If courts are generally operating under pressure, this represents a profound efficiency failure. The only reason they're operating under pressure is because of the way that they organize themselves. It's dumb. It doesn't make sense. They create their own issues and problems by prolonging every case unnecessarily because they're trying to be clever by generating more income, profit, and money for themselves. That's why they're overworked, or that's why there's a backlog. Just look at what's in front of you. It's pretty obvious. You don't need to go, I'll come back in 3 months' time because that's the way we do things and we're going to look at stuff, and then you come back in another 3 to 6 months' time and then we'll look at the stuff that you've brought in. You can't just say, look, okay, here's my stuff on day one. Look at it. You tell me whether this is a valid allegation or this is a valid concern. You tell me who's the aggressor and you tell me who's the victim here. Oh yes, sorry, we're not here to discuss that today. We're just here to discuss what we're going to discuss in 3 months' time. Morons.
If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.